Here's my audience. Ooh!
Now you're gonna start.
How many of you have ever operated a chainsaw before? I have been employed for 7 years doing line clearance, tree trimming, contracted through the utility company, clearing our power lines of vegetation, handling chainsaws on a daily basis. All the information that I share with you today is very important to your safety and everyone's safety around you. In the end, you will have the knowledge to safely operate a chainsaw. Today I'll be telling you about the 10 safety features of a chainsaw, which can be found at slideplayer.com. And proper starting techniques, which can be found at stihl.com, and basic maintenance. Before we get started, you need to make sure that you have all the materials that is needed, which is going to be the chainsaw and a T-wrench. The 10 safety features of a chainsaw is going to be a clearly marked on and off switch, which is here, chain catch, which is here, the chain brake, which is here, or front hand guard, the rear hand guard, the exhaust, which is always pointing away from the operator, safety labels, which can be found here, anti-vibration rubbers, which is these springs or rubbers here and here, the safety throttle. You can't push the throttle unless you push this, the guide bar, and the chain bar combinations to reduce the kickback, which is here. Those are the 10 safety features of the chainsaw. Proper starting techniques. Before starting your chainsaw, the chain brake should be engaged, which you want to push forward and make sure that it's engaged. Always remove the bar cover to make sure that you have the bar and chain before starting your chainsaw. If your chain is fitted with a decompressive valve, press it now. It assists with starting the engine. If your chain has a primer bulb, press it several times. This assists in starting the chainsaw. On this saw here, the primer bulb is here, so you're going to press that multiple times. It assists in starting and reduces the amount of pulls needed to start. Setting the master control level to choke and cold start, you're going to pull this lever out. To start the chainsaw, lay it on the flat surface. The cutting attachment must not be in contact with the ground to avoid blunting it when starting and putting yourself unnecessarily at risk. Leaving the chainsaw on the ground, place your left hand on the handlebar and your right hand on the starter rope. Push your right toe cap into the rear handle to stabilize the chainsaw. Slowly pull the starter with your right hand until you feel resistance, and then pull the starter rope several times until the engine fires briefly. Pull it upward, keeping it vertical as you can without the rope to chafe against the fan housing. The engine fires only briefly and dies again immediately. Move the master control lever up one notch to half throttle position to open the choke. Pull the starter rope again until the engine fires. As soon as the engine has fired and is running, touch the throttle briefly with your index finger. The master control lever will move back to the normal idle setting. Then slowly lift up the chainsaw, taking care not to touch the throttle. Release the chain brake or the chain handle, pulling the chain brake handle towards you with your left hand. Before getting started, check the chain lubrication. Hold up the saw against a light colored background, such as a tree trunk or a piece of paper. Open the throttle fully. If some chain lubricant appears, on the light colored background, then you can start work. The saw is now ready for use. For safe working practices, please refer to your instruction manual. Basic maintenance is performed to make sure, before any maintenance is performed, make sure that the chain brake is disengaged and you have the proper tool that you'll need. In this instance, you will only need a T-wrench. Using the T-wrench, you can now use it to remove and replace your bar and chain, tighten or loosen the chain, remove each side case, remove the top cover to access the spark plug and air filter. And while you're accessing the air filter and spark plug, the T-wrench can be used to remove and replace the spark plug. Today we learned about the 10 safety features of the chainsaw, the proper starting procedures, and basic maintenance of chainsaws. If you verify the chainsaw has all the chainsaw safety features, use proper starting techniques, and know basic maintenance, you will be able to successfully operate a chainsaw and not have to worry about hurting yourself or someone else. Thank you.